Taylor Swift is getting sued? Welcome to Popcorn Planet Podcast. I am Andy Signore. You're watching the recap of our 2-hour live stream, the best news of the week, pop culture-wise. And we got two big stories I want to focus on here regarding this today, Tuesday, March 31st. Taylor Swift is getting sued. Now, not connected to the Blake Lively suit, to be fair, but still a lawsuit, legit. And as we're going to go through, some legit worry she must be facing based on what we're reading in this lawsuit, etc. And then on top of that, we do have a Blake Lively connected story. Tom Brady is moving on from a well-known publicist who's embroiled in the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni drama. Well, that publicist is Stephanie Jones. Stephanie Jones, one of the I think, crucial figures in this whole mess of a lawsuit. I blame her for a lot of it, honestly. And she's always sort of been playing up how she has Tom Brady and all these big clients. Well, not anymore, apparently. We're going to go through that as well. So let's go back and start with Taylor Swift and this lawsuit, because I do think it's important to know about. So Marin Wade owns a trademark for Confessions of a Showgirl. She claims that the singer undermined her brand with the chart-topping album Life of a Showgirl. In a lawsuit filed on Monday in California, Marin Wade brought her claims for trademark infringement, false designation, and unfair competition against Swift and her recording label. She's seeking unspecified damages in a court order barring the singer from continuing to use the name Life of a Showgirl in her chart-topping album, which is literally not only just the album, but a song and all the collectibles, etc. Here's what she said. A solo performer who spent 12 years building a brand shouldn't have to watch it disappear because someone bigger came along, a lawyer for Wade said in a statement. Wade was not just some nobody. Wade was on America's Got Talent and wrote a column in the Las Vegas Weekly called Confessions of a Showgirl about her experiences as a performer in the entertainment industry. Since then, it's also become a podcast, a live show featuring pop and jazz music. Her trademark, which she has the trademark for the brand, that's key, covers a live stage performance, theatrical productions, TV, and among other things. Last year, Swift released her 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl. They did not do so quietly, reads the complaint. Within weeks, the designation was affixed to consumer goods, stamped on the labels, tags, packaging, and deployed as a source identifier across retail channels, all directed at the same audience plaintiff had spent years cultivating. When Swift applied to register The Life of a Showgirl at the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, it was declined because it was confusingly similar to Wade's mark. That's a big deal. You can't ignore that. That just shows they knew, well, we can't trademark this. Somebody else has something similar. Now, it's noted that the names share a key phrase of a showgirl and stress that they're both utilized in connection with entertainment involving musical and theatrical performances, which would likely lead consumers to believe there's a connection between the two sides. Existing trademarks typically take precedence over new bids. Now Swift faces the option of buying out Wade's claim to the name or fighting the case in court. In the lawsuit, Wade accuses Swift of ignoring her trademark. She says the brand has been undermined with consumers believing she copied the singer. The continued erosion of the mark threatens the entirety of Wade's brand, the complaint states. Swift, who declined to comment, has the most extensive trademark portfolio in the entertainment industry with more than 170 active or pending registrations spanning names, phrases, commercial designations. Her global merchandising operation controls Swift's trademarks across goods, services, yada, yada, yada. But it just proves she knows what she's doing. She's a very active registration. Now, this is important. Now, I had it over here. I'm going to put it on the bottom screen so you can see it. I've learned a little bit more about trademark law. And if you notice down here, bing, we now have a registered trademark on Popcorn Planet. So I can speak a little bit more in confidence of this. Now, the registered trademark, the R in a circle, is stronger than a trademark, a TM logo. The TM logo means you own it, but you still have to go to court to sort of defend some things. The registered trademark means, nope, you've approved it through the offices. You really own it. It's a much easier way to shut things down. Now, there's a lot of really popular big brands that have trademarks over registered trademarks, and they do hold up. As soon as you have an idea and you own it, you got to slap your trademark on there. Otherwise, people will assume it's up for fair good for use. So you anytime you got an idea, slap that trademark and go register it. So that way, at least you have some sort of attempt at protecting your own brands. But it's got to be something public facing, something you put out there, etc. And so this woman did that. It's the fact that she has the registered trademark of Confessions of a Showgirl is not good for Taylor. The fact that Taylor tried to get it and the patent office was like, no, it's too similar to this, proves she knew, right? So in a way, this does seem like Taylor's going to have to deal with this and not just avoid it. I assume they'll just spend money. At the same time, I could argue, well, the blank of a showgirl, I feel like I've seen it before either of those things. Like the Showgirls movie, Vegas Showgirls have been a thing for a long while. Does either of them really own that whole style? I think she might. It's going to be interesting how this plays out, but I don't think this is as a clear cut, just throw it out of court. Clearly this Mar and Wade has a case. It's made it this far. I think Taylor Swift's not going to be able to ignore it. And important to just know this is all brewing while she's preparing for the wedding, while she's potentially, is she going to get called in the Blake Lively trial in May? Who knows? But all I know is this is not an easy thing for Taylor. She can't just ignore this. This is a big deal. Now, moving on to the second story I want to talk about, Tom Brady is moving on from Stephanie Jones. Now, Stephanie Jones, if you don't remember, I want to bring this up again so you all remember. She is the publicist that repped Wayfair. That's what's so weird. She repped Wayfair and Justin Baldoni, and then kind of switched gears when Jen Abel wanted to leave, let Baldoni go, and then ended up turning on Baldoni, using a stolen phone from Jen Abel to take the text and ruin all, go from there. But Stephanie Jones has been called out before. She is notorious. I've spoken to many people who speak poorly of her, saying that she's just very aggressive and someone used the word psychotic. This article does not paint her well at all. Now she's currently trying to sue Melissa, Nathan, and others for being involved in this, but actually lost that at Mendham. And so that's not actually going to be fought in court. And instead, Justin gets to sue her, counter-sue her, and prove that she was actually orchestrating her own smear campaign. So be very interesting to see what we learn in Discovery. But Tom Brady, even this article, has always been sort of one big character that kind of kept Stephanie Jones afloat until today. Tom Brady has now pulled his full, apparently, allegiance from Jones Works. He's no longer with Stephanie, says a source, an insider. They said Brady has been meeting with a number of other top PR people over the summer. We hear Brady has instead taken a more hands-on approach to public relations. Source familiar with the star added Tom handles everything in-house with a small team. Another source said that Brady has started a family office and has Fox Sports, where he's the lead football analysis. Brady is in early talks. He's dating some people, kind of doesn't matter. But yes, this is a big deal. Insiders tell us that WME, who repped Justin, fired Justin, and reps Ryan and Blake, is still doing deals for the winner. Brady's rep is Jones's husband, Jason Hodes. So there is still sort of a connection through that. It'll be interesting to see if he chucks him next, do the correlation. But again, as the article progresses, it does say that the Jones being embroiled in the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively mess clearly didn't help matters. Now, we kind of alluded to this, as did from a Puck article that Matt Belloni posted back in last summer, but Stephanie Jones pretty much denied it. But now it's all coming back. It's all being confirmed. Now, Jones is saying, no, we're still working with Brady across various joint ventures and marketing for PR partners, and they're both investors in some brands, blah, 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 blah. But clearly they're downplaying this. Tom Brady, seemingly it looks like, has finally officially moved on from Stephanie Jones. So I guess he's yet another name to add to the list of who's afraid of Stephanie Jones. So there it is. Two big losses, frustrating deals for Stephanie Jones and Taylor Swift, who's going to have to deal with this in court. And honestly, she should. I am a Swiftie. I don't want to hate on her. I'm not trying to hate on her. I know a lot of you want to hate on her, but it's hard for me to ignore the hypocrisy of Taylor. Look, I applaud her and her success. She's a great songwriter, great businesswoman. I can't deny her PR, everything she's done. But man, that album she made, not only was it not her best album, which I guess is a matter of opinion, but she ripped off so many melodies from so many other artists, including the Jonas Brothers, Louis Miguel, others. And the fact that they're all sort of too scared to go against Taylor really bothers me, because Taylor, as I said in the live, I go into a little bit more detail, went after Olivia Rodrigo for some part of a bridge from Cruel Summer as part of her song Deja Vu. They sound nothing alike. Meanwhile, Jonas Brothers Cool literally has the same riff. Dun, 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 dun. That's literally the same riff as Life of a Showgirl. In fact, me humming that thing could get me, hopefully it doesn't. I'm not singing Taylor Swift. I'm singing Jonas Brothers, YouTube. Which one is it? But the reality is Jonas Brothers doesn't get a writing credit, but Taylor Swift gets writing credits on anybody who remotely crosses her line, right? So I find this hypocrisy so insane, so frustrating. I don't like it. There are multiple people, artists who have similar melodies from that album more than any other Taylor Swift album. So honestly, I kind of am glad she's finally having to face some legal penalty for it. That she can't just take everything she wants and turn it into her own thing and then say it's hers. No, you got to deal with the repercussions as well. So I'll be interested to see how this plays out. We will keep you posted on how it goes, along with the Stephanie Jones case. And don't forget, we are still waiting for the motion of summary judgment to come out from Judge Lyman. That'll come out any day now. And as soon as it does, we will be breaking that news to you. So whether you're listening on the podcast or watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe or the join or the like or whatever buttons you can do to help engage in this. Please leave a review, leave a comment. All that stuff helps us get the word out on our videos. And if you hit the alerts to get notified or subscribe, you'll be notified when we get more information, breaking news about this case and so many others. Thank you guys so much for watching. We got a lot more coming your way here on the channel. I appreciate you all so much for listening. If you haven't listened to us on Spotify or Amazon or any of those places, check us out. Leave a good review. Leave us high marks. You can now listen to us on all the audio platforms, as well as always seeing us here on YouTube.